Hey, this is Tiffany Love. Before we get into this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for more videos. Enjoy! Hey, this is Tiffany Love, and welcome back to another reading. For today, we're going to do something different, and we're going to look at the positive traits and the negative traits that you might be bringing into your relationships, friendships, and just situationships with others. Let's get into it. So on this side, it's going to be positive. On this side, it's going to be the negative. So something positive about what you bring to a relationship is that you have this aspect of being very nurturing, very compassionate. You're like that motherly person who tends to take care of people, or they go to you when they need care. You're just like this safe place. You provide a safe container that I feel like makes it easier for people to feel vulnerable in. I feel as though with this Queen of Pentacles too, oh, this one wants to come out. Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse. And I feel like that with this Queen of Pentacles here and now this Nine of Cups is that you're giving a lot of yourself into this situation. And it feels as though it's too much. Maybe you're expecting more, or maybe it's a form of your love language, how much you give, and sometimes that can be energetically unbalanced. What positive things do they bring to their relationships? Six of Wands. Through all this that you do, you allow people to feel so much better about themselves, be able to celebrate themselves. So you might also be celebrating these people more than you celebrate yourself. I just feel like there's a lot of energy here that goes into another or outside people, but it's really good for the relationships because people need that safe container. Is this depleting for you? I feel like for a lot of people this would be depleting. However, for you, I feel as if there's a bit of joy that's found here. It bumps you up somewhat. So I feel like that is the positive. Let's see what negatively we might be bringing into the situation. I'm going to just take the Seven of Cups. So a negative thing that you might bring into your relationships or situationships is this comparing. There's, remember how I said you tend to give a lot, sometimes energetically more? I feel like this is where this comes into play, the comparative. So in some cases, this might be, well, I did this for you, I expect X, Y, and Z. In other cases, this might be, where you kind of just expect someone to behave in a certain way, act in a certain way, provide certain things. But also there's this comparing of you to other people where I feel like you don't see yourself as worthy, as valuable as you put people up on this pedestal over here. The same energy isn't given in, and how this affects your relationships is that leaks through in other parts, whether it be conversation, how you act. This, how do I phrase this? It's almost like you don't know fully what you want. And there's a part of you that expects others to provide that, kind of like how you provide this safe container for other people. You need someone to do that almost for you to be you, or for you to really step into a place of what you want rather than what others might be expecting or tell you to be. Let me see what else is coming through on this. Eight of Swords. I feel like the comparative nature of the Seven of Cups with this Eight of Swords, it's like this is keeping you bound and stuck and it's keeping you in places that you don't really need to be. It might be keeping you with people, in jobs, whatever the case may be. I just see you as, in some cases, not needing to be here, not needing to go through certain cycles anymore. And I feel like you might get frustrated from being in this place of stagnancy or being in these like comparative roles. And I'm coming back to how this is negative in a relationship. Well, because first of all, if you're staying stuck, you're unable to expand to your full compatibility. Capability, you're unable to expand. And so it's a disservice for those that you're meant to serve. It's a disservice to yourself, because, and it's a disservice to your inner child, because that part of you is the creative side, the one who wants to explore, the one who wants to have their dreams fulfilled. And I feel like you're really just doing a disservice to yourself here, by not being your most authentic and true self in relationships, situationships, friendships. But you're also this such a grounded person for everyone else, but it's like we're lacking that over here for us. Let's see what else. All right, you want to come out. Four of Pentacles. So I'm still getting, and it's coming out sideways, and I usually don't read sideways, but I'm just feeling really called to leave it sideways. So let me sit with this, because this might be a second. I feel like with this Four of Pentacles, there's like a knowing here of what's going on with you, and it's almost like being stuck and not knowing how to take care of it. I also feel like there's an aspect of clinging to this space you're in and staying here out of comfort, but it's almost like you're, well, the comfort is because you're able to get away with it. You're able to be disguised. You're able to not really be your full self, but still be accepted by your peers. You're still accepted in by others. But I almost feel like it's okay to separate yourself here, from all these eyes on you that you feel like are on you, because I honestly don't feel like so many people are watching or judging you as much as you might be judging yourself. So I feel as though this is really in your control to change the direction of this one and have it be a more positive card than what I'm currently reading it as. And then the Four of Cups is coming out upright as well. I feel as though you really need to take the time to take inventory and figure out, really figuring out, instead of creating by default, what is it you want to create? What is it you want to bring into this life? What is it you're ready to do? I feel as though if you deal with internal unrest, a lot of it is coming through for how you're choosing to show up in these relationships here. And I don't really feel it so much of the other people in it. This is all about you here. Well, obviously, because the topic I chose, but it's really all about you and how these negative aspects can be changed as they are fully within your control. Now let's see. 10 of Cups on the bottom of this deck with Page of Cups on the bottom of this deck. So there's a disconnect here for why we're disconnected from having overwhelming joy here, in all our relationships and in all of our dealings. And so we're not really being able to take off in that aspect. So let's take a second and look at guidance on turning the negatives around and guidance on to further enhance these positive aspects. Starting with the negative. What can this group do to shift these negative aspects to better their relationships with others? All right. All right. We've got the 8 of Pentacles upright, as well as the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. The 8 of Wands showing up on bottom. I'm sorry, the 8 of Swords showing up on bottom. That's twice the 8 of Swords is showing up in this reading as well. All right, so you've got to work towards this. You've got to actually put that energy into changing these aspects that you don't like. I feel as though we're not really doing that. We're still sitting here comparing. See the 7 on top of the 7 right here? Both about being comparative. We're comparing ourselves instead of taking that control into our own hands, taking this life into our own hands. We are just, like I'm saying, creating by default. And that is really leading us into these situations we don't want to be in anymore. The creating by default. And I'm going to put this right here next to this other 8 of Swords, because it's really speaking to me about someone who thinks they have their hands bound, but really doesn't. That they have so much more control than they allow themselves, because they don't see themselves as having that much control. So take that time to work on yourself. Take that time to bring in what is needing to be brought in right now. Take that time to decide, am I going to have X, Y, and Z in life? Am I okay with keeping X, Y, and Z in life? But really look at yourself here. Not even the external, because I'm saying it like external, but it's really internal here. What are you no longer happy with dealing with when it comes down to you? What are you no longer happy dealing with that you see someone else have that you really want? Pay attention to that jealousy, because that jealousy is telling you where you want to go. The jealousy is telling you what you actually desire to have in life, and what you're noticing is the contrast of you not having it, and it's spilling into your relationships. And I would go as far as saying this is going to be spilling into work as well. This is going to be spilling into all areas of your life, because when you're dissatisfied with life, you're dissatisfied with more than just one area. Your brain has a way of confirming, when you choose to feel like shit, has a way of confirming that reality for you. All right, let's see how we can further amplify the positives. Oops. 3 of Swords in reverse popping out, as you guys saw. Let's sit with this for a second. So release. Release, 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 release. Don't allow yourself to be bound by some of these unnecessary programs that are out there. And by that I mean shit. TV is a programmed system just to distract us and to keep us from feeling our emotions. So if you could see in this card, I hope you can see that, this person is just sitting on this couch, just can't function because of whatever's going on in their life. You know what I mean? And so what I'm getting from this is that you've got to pick yourself up. You've got to pull yourself back together, whatever pieces that may be. But you have to do that work with this 8 of Pentacles over here. And really, and it's funny because that was the first card that came out over here about releasing and doing that work. This is more about your thoughts, though. This is more about purposely bringing things into your reality, regarding that work being done and being intentional about how you focus your energy. And this over here is saying that when you have those negative things come up, it's time to release them. It's time to look at them. We're not dealing with this shit anymore. Okay? We are done dealing with this. Because if we continue how it is, it's going to pick up momentum. You know what I mean? It's going to pick up speed, and it's going to get chaotic. I don't like using the word chaotic so much because I use it all the time, but I just feel like this energy that we don't like, this shit manifesting within us, and we further giving it momentum and then manifesting outside in our world. Let's see what else is coming in for how do we further amplify the positive aspects. How do we see more positive shit in our lives? You know, that kind of thing. How are we going to get to that happy place that we're wanting to? How are we going to transform our thought process in our minds? Ah, shit, the Eight of Pentacles popping up again, baby. So yeah, so Spirit has said time and again now in this reading, being intentional, making that choice, deciding which way we're going to go throughout all this, because that's all in your control, baby. It's all in your control. Both of these coming in upright as well. You see this card, how there's like, I hope you can see this, how there's like these two or maybe just one woman, and this person is, I think it's only, I can't tell. Anyway, you could think of them like twins almost, like, or like twins. There's two opposite twins, you know? I'm thinking like Mary Kate and Ashley in that movie New York Minute. I'm sorry, that's how old I am. But how one sister was this like super prep, like classy bitch, and the other one was like, you know, alt, she was, or whatever, punk, whatever. She was like, I'm not for the bullshit, you know? So that's what I'm getting here, is that who are you going to choose to be, and then work on becoming that person. That was probably a very long fucking explanation, but it's what I'm working with right now. So I'm just getting like, yes, this is a double confirmation, a double like, look at this. Spirit's letting you know you've got to work on yourself, but you've got to be intentional about it. You've got to, because change does not come from stillness. Change does not come from doing the same things over and over again. And if you're doing the same things over and over, or maybe you're changing things on your external, but you're not changing anything on your internal, you're not changing. Just because you're changing the shit around you, just because you're changing, because that energy that you're feeling, that shit's still inside you. Let's see if there's anything else wanting to come out. Knight of Cups. This was on the bottom of the deck too when I started shuffling, but it was in reverse. The Magician, the Six of Cups, and then this guy, the Page of Swords. Let me put you somewhere over here. I feel like if you chose to do this work, it's gonna come in, I don't want to say relatively fast, but it feels faster than, say, God, it just feels, it just feels like there's a flow to it. You're gonna feel it coming up before it comes up. There we go. And I'm talking about specifically these swords holding you in place, these things that you don't like. I'm talking about those things are gonna start coming up, and you're gonna feel it before it happens, as it happens, and after. And if you feel into that energy, or if you feel into that trigger before it gets triggered, you feel into certain areas, you can almost detach yourself from the reaction of when that emotion, that energy gets set off. You know what I mean? And so being aware of your thoughts and how they run through your mind, the current in which they flow, is really going to give you a strong helping hand when it comes down to creating what it is you want, to creating yourself to be the version of yourself that you so desire, but so that the outside world sees. But it for some of these people who are going to be dealing with this, it's going to be quite difficult to deal with these things that come up. So if that's the case, and you feel like your PTSD is getting triggered, you feel like your old trauma patterns, you feel like you're in active trauma and you can't get out, go professional. There's no reason to do it on your own, you know. And I feel like for some, and it might be this Cancerian, sorry, not Cancerian, the full moon, the Capricorn full moon that's going on right now, that's really hitting home for some of these. I'm thinking of another transit going on right now as well in the 5th house, but these things that are going on right now, they're going to hit deep so that your earth is strong. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments below if that makes sense. I'm going to sit with that for a second though. So it's something about Capricorn and what it represents as a sign and why we're going to get hit so hard with the Six of Cups showing up in reverse as this gets brought up, as this goes on. I feel like a lot of people can overcome it, but if you're not one of those people, or you just are like, my shit runs way too deep, my well is way too deep, take care of it with a support person, support group, somewhere that's safe, somewhere that is supportive. I feel as though there's, you know what it is with the Capricorn that's coming through? It's like the ram, and as they're charging and they're hitting something and they're knocking it out their way, I feel like that's why it's coming in so strongly. That's why I feel like it's going to take the wind out of you once it gut punches you. Rufus! All right, we're good enough. I'm not going to change it. That's why it feels like it's going to gut punch you. And it's going to take that wind out because it's something about how Capricorn energy hits. I'm not very well with astrology. I have yet to learn it. So I'm just going to be honest. This is just what's coming through on my channeling, which I might look up now. So yeah, this is just like a warning. And don't get scared. Don't run from it, because it's just going to keep coming back. But it's just like, this is the perfect time to release this. This is the perfect time to remove it from your system, because there's other things that are wanting to come in right now. There's other things that are wanting to happen right now. There's might be a beginning for some intuitive people as well, with this Page of Swords being in reverse. There's this aspect of receiving new information, more information, and I'm getting intuitive manner versus anything else here. I feel as though I said this in my last reading, but we're building a safer container here so that we're more trusting of when this new information starts. We're more trusting of ourselves throughout all of life, that we're not being manipulated, we're not being had. But this is to change you on a core level. This is to transform you, in all honesty. I feel one more message coming through in on this deck, so let me see what Spirit's wanting to say. Oh, there it is. I thought I saw one flip over. So this right here, I have the Five of Wands upright. So with this Five of Wands, this is a birthing. This is a new beginning. This is definitely change. All that with the Five energy. New beginning, not so much a Five energy, but I'm going to take it with this one here. But what comes with change, and I'm going to take it to the Phoenix here. The Phoenix destroys itself in order to be birthed anew. And I feel like that organized chaos, that death that comes along with the Phoenix, is something that's going on with you. I might have said it earlier, the contrast between what you want in life and don't want. So don't be surprised if you start seeing more, experiencing more contrast here, because it's all to lead you to where you want to go. It's all to lead you to what you want to become. It's not something to be feared. And if it is with people, if it is with situations and things of this nature, be okay with saying, I've enjoyed it while I've been here. It's been great knowing you. I'll see you the next time around. And maybe we don't have to burn bridges on our way out here, but we can handle it however we choose to. We could sit on any side of the spectrum of happy and not happy, even when it comes to separation, even when it comes to endings, even when it comes to adversity, even when it comes to chaos, even when it comes to change. Interesting. The King of Cups is showing up in reverse on the bottom of this deck with strength peeking through. And then I have the Queen of Cups showing up in the bottom on this deck. So you're and then the Devil in reverse and the Fool in reverse. So this is you're about to enter an emotional period. You're about to enter the water. the water stages. That's what I really feel like with all this cup energy on bottom. Like, you haven't had that many cups in your reading, but it just seems like when you start to see it and you start to know, it might just be some emotional healing take place, and it's gonna be needed. I've got the child popping up first. Child number 13. So your inner child, it's funny. I chose these decks because I was like, I want color. I want a lot of fucking color. I want it so fucking colorful. And like, of course, it's the inner child here. The inner child is wanting to be seen, wanting to be heard. They are saying, let me out of here, okay? They don't want to be caged up anymore. They want to become the person that they knew they were meant to be. They want to become the greatest being they desire to be. And your child self is saying, let me out of here. They are needing your attention and your love and your support right now. Because if especially if you didn't receive this as a child, that need never went away. We just learned to condition ourselves to deal without it. We just learn to function without it. I'm going to take both these. I've got the Man in Reverse, number 28, and the Clouds, number 6. For some of you guys, this might be a physical man, so this might be a father, brother, loved one. It just seems like an intimate man that would have gotten you to this place of not trusting yourself or not really allowing yourself to come out. I feel as though with this man, though, there's this particular ending that's happening, and I feel like it's the completion of a cycle. So maybe this situation that I've read earlier, the relationship, has to do with the person in your life that is a man. I also feel as though that whole thing with creating consciously coming back up again, where we're choosing to kind of not be conscious to our creations, we're just like creating on a whim, creating off of our emotions, in a way that we don't want to, like our reactionary emotions, there we go, and not really putting forth that intentional energy to giving ourselves what we need, whether it be our child self, or to change our mindset to bring in positive thoughts, positive aspects, look at the good in life. We're choosing to focus and fixate on some things. And so this might be something that's going to be brought into your worldview as this progresses, because I feel as though this isn't really making sense yet. For some people, or if it is making sense, you're not really seeing the fullness of it. You're not really seeing your part in this. Maybe you're not seeing how your gray cloud is coming into play here, your shadow side. You know what I mean? I just feel as though there's just something we're missing out on. You could also be missing out on hearing the call of your inner child here, because we're not paying attention to what's going on in our body, what's going on in our minds. We might be snuffing out that candle before, we might be snuffing out that flame. But yeah, it's not working anymore. Let me see if there's one more card wanting to come out. I'm actually going to take 2, baby. So we've got the Ring, number 25 in reverse, and then the Crossroads, number 22 in reverse. So you've got to make that commitment to yourself. You've got to show up as that safe person for your inner child. You've got to be that person who's going to be like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure you are safe. I'm going to be the one to provide what you need. And you've got to make that decision, because like I said over here, no one else is going to make that decision for you. No one else is going to make that change for you. And like I said up here, just because you've learned to deal without it doesn't mean that your inner child is okay with it. So consider making that commitment to yourself and be kind to yourself. This panda here, the creator of this deck talks about how pandas are so friendly and how they're so cute, and yeah, pandas come across fucking aggressive to me. And so I'm getting with that, don't be aggressive with yourself. be kind throughout the process, because when you're talking to that, when you have those negative thoughts in your mind and you're beating yourself up, who are you fucking talking to? You're talking to this version of your fucking self. Okay? You're not talking to the universe. You're not talking to, you know, whoever. You're talking to yourself, the part of yourself who is still pure and authentic and who isn't clogged up with all the filters society throws at us. Okay? So be kind. Be kind to yourself. And this crossroads right here, being stuck, and this might be a liminal space for some. This might feel like anxiety and making that choice and moving forward and changing certain aspects of your life, but you got to do it. You've got to make up your mind. Are we going left, right, straight, or back to where we were? And it's just a choice. Make that choice in what you want to do. Make the choice to commit to yourself. Make the choice to continue in the same path, the same cycles, the same patterns. But this is a point where the choice needs to be made by you, and if you don't make it, then the universe will make it for you, and the universe will make you will make the choice for your best outcome. However, it might not be in the way you want. You know, because the universe, you know, they pretty powerful. I've got the Rider coming up on bottom, talking about new beginnings, just like this Fool at the top of this deck, actually, right here. So we've got new beginnings coming up twice, and I'll say 3 times, because I called that 5 of Wands a new beginning as well. And finally, we're going to end off with some self-care cards. What could you be doing to better, I guess, the relationship with yourself? Because that's how it's coming through now. We've got number 23. I think that's the second time we have 23 coming up. So 5. I'm taking that as 5, going through significant change. Connecting with your family. If you have a good relationship with your family, start talking to them, get in touch with them. You know, there could be a lot of support held here. A lot of support within the bloodline moving forward. And if you don't have a good relationship with your family, who within your friends group, who within your circle is your family? Where is that new family you've chosen to have? So turn to them. Next up, I have write a gratitude list. This is what I'm talking about, being fucking intentional. Regarding where our thoughts are going. This is what I'm talking about, being intentional of changing the momentum of our energy. Writing a gratitude list. Oh shit, and I just noticed 55. What did I say? 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay? 5. But this is significant fucking change, but also ending. You are completing something out here. But so write a gratitude list. This is a way of being intentional, of focusing on the positive aspects that are available to you by writing a gratitude list and looking at and feeling into all the good that you currently have going on in life. Meditate. Meditate is coming through here. I feel like you're being called forth. And so whether you're getting information from the universe like this person is who's sitting here, or whether you're slowing down the processes of your mind so you're not being triggered as fast. You're not being as actually, it feels like your mind's slowing down, but you're actually speeding up how your mind processes things so that you're not just responding or reacting to an emotion that rises in you. So meditation is going to really help you with this. I also saw on the bottom of the deck, right before I started shuffling again, take a walk, and it spoke to me. And because this one's outside in nature, I feel as if nature is going to be helping you to recalibrate your energetic body, to be recalibrating your whole container. There's something here that Earth is wanting to offer you at this time. So you might just need to get outside to see some synchronicities too. But I'm feeling like there's a benefit in going outside with that. All right, and the final card I'm going to pull is, of course, number 5 again, 50, Sweet Treat in Reverse. I'm being called back to this inner child up here. So I feel as if there's a way that you might be neglecting yourself. I don't want to say not taking care of yourself, because it feels more like, oh, I can't have that kind of energy versus I'm not going to take care of myself kind of energy. So it just feels like you've got to give yourself those little luxuries in life. Give yourself those things that really make you good, that are indulgent. Indulgence, the word coming through right now. Indulge yourself. There's something here about beginning that process of nurturing that aspect of you and connecting in here. Let me go ahead and read this one from the book from you, though, or read this from the book for you. And I'm going to go ahead and read family as well, because this is the first time I'm pulling the family card. Let's go ahead and start with family. Mantra: I share unconditional love and receive it in return. Peaceful relations with your family, whether biological, adoptive, or chosen, are incredibly important. Families can offer a sense of unconditional love and be there for you in times of need. You're being called to tune in to the energy of unconditional love. Many of us store unresolved family traumas. As time passes and we evolve our perspective, we can find forgiveness in our hearts. We eventually realize that our families have always done the best they could with the resources, level of emotional development, and knowledge they had at the time. Tap into your divine motherly nature as you practice forgiveness and unconditional love. Look for opportunities to heal any old wounds with family members and find ways to connect with them, whether it's through a phone call, sharing a meal, or planning a visit. If connecting directly is not possible, try finding peace through meditation and by setting the intention to transform any negativity into feelings of love. Journal prompt: what problem areas, if any, remain unresolved with your family? How do you think resolving any outstanding issues would impact your life? Motherly, motherly. Remember that Queen of Pentacles down here that's a little covered up? It's almost like it's also saying that you got to show yourself that same attention. What you give to other people in other relationships, I feel like you need to turn around and give that to you as well. And then 50, mantra: life is sweet to me. Indulging in a sweet treat every once in a while so that it remains truly special can be good for the soul. This is not the time to restrict calories. This is about treating yourself to something delightful. Head to your favorite bakery to pick up something tasty, or ask a friend or family member for a special recipe that you can make at home. Set an intention and infuse good energy into the sweet creation. Treat the process of making it and eating it like a sacred ritual. I'm sorry, I am living in the country currently and people drive around on their lawnmowers. So please bear with me. Whether you eat it alone or share it with loved ones, before you take that first bite, say a prayer to express your gratitude for the nourishment and joy it will provide. Be sure to savor every second and keep your mind clear while eating it so you can experience it mindfully. Journal prompt: what is your favorite food to indulge in? What does it remind you of, and how does it make you feel? And you know what? For some of you guys, with this showing up in reverse, what are we overindulging on? And I'm really feeling like it's weed. I feel like it's, it's an adult kind of thing. Uh, it might be alcohol, weed, cigarettes, other drugs. It just feels like, you know what? What's also coming through here? Video games. So there's something, did I say getting stuck on the couch? Yep, here we go. So this might be an overindulgence too, just being stuck in front of a TV, stuck to a screen. So this is for those who don't feel the need to indulge with their inner child. What are we overindulging in? Because I just remembered that devil card popping up in reverse, and this is in reverse. So look at what we're indulging in, because I feel like there's a connection here. Is there a connection here? Yeah, so I feel like there's a connection here when it comes to your change and that overindulgence that's not wanting to come with you into this next phase. All right, that's been all. Bye, loves. This is Tiffany Love again, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notifications on the way out for more content. Bye.